Welcome. Ramana Maharshi's teachings are deep and profound. Listen, reflect, and deeply meditate. I'm Richard Clarke. I'm reviewing and commenting on the book Talks with Sri Ramana Maharshi. Today is from Talk 648. Sri Bhagavan said that Tattva Rayar was the first to pour forth Advaita philosophy in Tamil. He had said that earth was his bed, his hands were his plates for taking food, and the loincloth was his clothing, and thus there was no want in him. In Maharaja Turavu, the renunciation of the king, he says he was seated on the bare earth. The earth was his seat. The mind was the chamara. The sky was the canopy. And renunciation was his spouse. Then Sri Bhagavan continued, I had no cloth spread on the floor in earlier days. I used to sit on the floor and lie on the ground. That is freedom. The sofa is a bondage. It's a jail for me. I am not allowed to sit where and how I please. Is it not bondage? One must be free to do as one pleases and should not be served by others. No want is the greatest bliss. It can be realized only by experience. Even an emperor is no match for a man with no want. The emperor has got vassals under him, but the other man is not aware of anyone besides the self. Which is better? In this talk, Sri Ramana Maharshi reflects on the deep contentment and inner freedom that come from renunciation, not as an outer display, but as a lived truth. He begins by recalling Tattva Rayar, a Tamil Advaita poet who likely lived in the 17th or 18th century. He is known for expressing non-dual Advaitic philosophy in simple Tamil verse, similar in spirit to other Tamil devotional poets, but with a focus on pure self-realization. Tatvaraya simplified his life, using the earth as his bed, his hands as eating utensils, and a simple cloth as his only clothing. He expressed no sense of lack. To him, the ground was a throne, the open sky his royal canopy, and renunciation itself was his companion in life. This vivid description is not about hardship or sacrifice. It's about a state of being free from desire, from needing anything outside the self. Tattvaraya says mind was the chamara. A chamara is a ceremonial fan to honor someone. But here, Tattvaraya is saying that his own mind had become like a chamara, no longer running wildly or seeking, but settled, still, and serving the self in complete surrender. The Maharshi then brings in his own experience. He shares that in early days he had no mat or cushion. He simply sat or lay directly on the ground. That, he says, was true freedom. Now, because people serve him and offer comfort like a sofa, he's expected to sit in a certain way, in a certain place for a certain time. He calls the sofa a jail. Why? Because it takes away his freedom to be as he naturally is. He's making a subtle point here. Outer comfort, though well-intentioned, can become limitations. When you are expected to live a certain way or be treated in a certain way, that becomes a kind of bondage. The heart of this teaching lies in the line, "No want is the greatest bliss." Sri Ramana is not talking about forcing yourself to go without things. He is pointing to an inner state where nothing is lacking because you are resting in the self and everything is already within you. There is nothing else. So there is no desire for anything else, no reaching outward. And then peace is natural. The person with no want is not moved by the attractions or fears of the world. Even a king with all his wealth and power is still caught in the need for recognition, control, and support from others. But the one who has realized the self is fully content with what he has. There is no other for him to want or fear. He is complete. Ramana Maharshi is asking you to look beyond what society calls luxury or status. He is pointing to a deeper wealth, the unshakable peace that comes when you abide in the self, free from want. That, he says, is true kingship. So know yourself and be always free and at peace. Ramana Maharshi could say so much with just a few words. In these books, I give comments and guided inquiries in ordinary English to deepen your practice. Available from Amazon. The link is in the video notes. These videos bring Ramana's teachings into your direct experience. Click subscribe to see more. Click thumbs up to like, and send questions and start a dialogue with a comment.